Hey guys, how's it going? It's Auret here. Welcome to the Estetina Artist channel. In this video, we're going to look at setting clear expectations between you, the freelancer, and your clients. Now, this piece is so important, and I wanted to show you my exact template that I use to communicate what I'm going to do for you as the client. And that piece of communication, whether it's sent as a message on a social media platform or an email, or whether it's done up nicely in one of those electronic proposals, it is so important that you list absolutely everything out up front so that it protects you as a freelancer and your work, but it also protects the client. And it makes them happy, right? This is why setting clear expectations is so important, because it leads to 5-star reviews. And as you can see here, I've gotten hundreds of 5-star reviews. This was on Fiverr when I was freelancing off of Fiverr. You might be freelancing off of Upwork, or there's so many sites out there, or maybe you have gone independent, which is where I'm at right now. So this is why we want to set up clear expectations, because we want the client to be happy at the end and to come back to us for all of their future projects associated with what you can do. So I particularly design graphics, but I also design PDFs. And when I say PDFs, it could be lead magnets, workbooks, worksheets, checklists, guides, all those kinds of things. I've designed hundreds of them. So I've worked with a lot of clients. I've figured out what works when communicating with a client, and I want to share that template with you. And I just stumbled upon one of the reviews here. You can see here from a client, Ted, saying, "For the third time, Auret did an amazing job. I keep hiring her because of the quality of the work, affordable prices, open communication, and making sure that I'm always satisfied with the end product." Now, that is what you want. You want your customers to keep coming back and to let them know that you care about their satisfaction. So how do you do that? It's all in the way that you communicate with your client. I'm going to go over here to where I keep all of my communication templates within Trello. This is, I have a board here called Customer Journey Process. And it's literally very much a standardized process that I use whenever a client comes to me for a job. I have different communication templates for every part of that journey. So you can see here, I have this one right here, first contact. So this, by the way, also makes it more time efficient for you in the way, you want to streamline this as much as possible. You don't want to be typing up a new email every single time someone comes to you. You want to make it more streamlined. So having templates like this where you can easily just copy and paste makes it so much easier. So right here, I let them know up front. Let me just actually zoom in so you can hopefully see this better. So right up front here, I greet them. I thank them for reaching out. I also say this line up front saying, "I'm happy to help you with this project." So there might be certain things in here that may not seem like they're important sentences, but they're there for a reason. Everything that I put into my communication is to make the other person have that experience of feeling good. So that's what my goal is. That's the experience they're going to get. If they're getting the feeling good experience by reading an email from me, they're going to get that experience by actually moving forward with the project and working with me. So bring out that personality in your email. Don't be afraid to actually be more casual, be friendly, show them your personality, because there's so many other people that they can hire, because you want to make it personable. If you're doing work online, they're not going to know who you are on the other end, so you have to put it in your words. So that's why I put that first sentence up here. And then I have a set number of questions that I always ask about their project. So they'll come to me saying, "I have a PDF, can you make this look pretty? Can you design this workbook, etc." So I have all of my questions here, and when I paste it into the email, I'll just delete whatever doesn't apply that I might already know from them. So I ask them, can you send me what you have in terms of content? Because I want to see, for me, I want to see how many pages is involved. The next question here, this is more of a custom question, so I don't often use it, so I'm just going to skip it here. Number 3, do you have a specific deadline, or is ASAP okay? Because that's going to determine how fast I need to turn this around. And how do I prioritize the project? You know, if I need to prioritize their project, I'm going to include that in the price. Number 4, would you like these pages electronically fillable? So do you want to be able to type into the PDF or have it printed? That also affects cost. You want to put all of your questions that will deliver the information you need to come back to them with a quote and turnaround time. So remember, those are the 2 things that they are most interested in when they first come to you with a project, is they want to know how much does it cost and how fast can you get it to me. So ask those questions that will give you the information you need to determine those 2 things. And state that at the end. So after you've asked your questions, put, this will allow me to provide you with an accurate quote and turnaround time. So that's my first point of contact. Now, the next template that I want to show you is this one. So this is the quote template. So after they've provided me with all that information, I'll say, perfect, thank you for clarifying. Tell them the information that they want up front right away. Tell them the price right away and tell them the turnaround time right away. So that's what I put in the first sentence here. I say, so I can offer to design this for you for X number of dollars and can have it completed within X number of days. Then I'll say the price includes, and then this is where you hammer it in. So you want to tell them the damage up front, and then with every single point that they read, you want to really hammer it in and say, this is worth the value that you're about to pay. To, again, make them end reading that message on a good feeling. So really hash out your project. You know, if you're a web developer, if you're a copywriter, anything like that, make sure you go into detail about what the project includes. For me, I'll put full professional design of X number of pages to suit your branding style and logo. Number 2, taking the time to find and download high quality, relevant, royalty-free images. You know, go into detail with the project. Don't assume that it's just part of the project or that they're going to know that it's part of the project. You want to make it super clear, get as specific as possible. And that's why if you're a web developer or web designer, you're going to need one of those electronic proposals or something more in depth, because there's so much more involved in web design, and you have to be very specific about what it is that you are going to do for them and what that price includes. And think about how to protect yourself as well when you're making these points. So to give you an example, I always price things according to number of pages when it comes to the guide or the workbook or whatever PDF I'm designing. So I've put that in here so that it's clear for the client and for myself how many pages I'm designing. Because if they come to me later and say, you know, I want an extra page to put this thing on it, that's going to cost extra. They know that this wasn't included in the initial quote that I gave them. So you want to put that right in here, all of your points, and tell them what they're going to receive. So I'll put here, you will receive the published PDF file. You will receive the editable file, which makes it easy to do this, You know, hash out the details here. So let's say you're a copywriter and you've put the price and the turnaround time at the top, and you're going to put the price includes one full article written with X number of words, complete review and evaluation to make sure all spelling and grammar is checked and completed. I'll take the time to find any associated images that will be royalty-free for you to use in your blog post along with the article. You will receive the article in Google Doc, which I'll send you the link to, and you can easily copy and paste directly into your WordPress blog. Go in that level of detail when it comes to writing out the specifics of what the price includes. Now, I want to bring your attention to this because this is why a lot of my customers, my prospective customers, say yes to actually working with me, because I know that I will have a competitive edge if I can guarantee their satisfaction. You can guarantee someone's satisfaction with your work in many different ways, but I specifically chose to do it in this way by saying unlimited revisions until you're 110% happy with the end product. Now, I know some people won't be comfortable with that, but this is like my secret sauce. This is what makes me stand out from everyone else out there, is that I am going to make sure you're happy with it, with the end product, and I'll do the revisions. I won't charge you for revisions. Now, you won't be able to do this, I don't think, with a website or anything like that, but for something like a social media graphic or a smaller project, I highly recommend putting something like this into your proposal, because it's going to give you a competitive edge. It's going to show your customers that you actually care, that they get what they pay for at the end of the day. And to be honest, I haven't had anyone go into like crazy 10 rounds of revisions or anything like that. I really haven't. Maybe I had someone go through like 5 rounds of revisions, but it's very rare, and it's because I make it clear up front, again, setting clear expectations up front, that when I send a first draft to them, I specifically ask them, please send me a list of all your revisions and any feedback that you have. I want them to send it to me all at once so that I can get all that done and then send it back to them. So that way I'm able to hammer out most of all the revisions up front. On average, I would say, even with this guarantee here where I say unlimited revisions, on average, I will go through 2 to maybe 3 rounds of revisions. But that's about it. And I also put this sentence here, again, to protect myself further, is that unlimited revisions are provided within reason and within the initial agreed upon scope of the project. So they can't come back to me and ask for something completely different that we didn't agree upon. That's not called a revision. That would be something new that wasn't within the scope of the project. That's why I put that sentence there. And I also say, also please note these revisions are included only for the duration of the project and are not lifetime. Again, don't assume these things are common sense. Put it in the email. Make it super clear, because you have to. You'd be surprised. And I'm sure some of you watching this video have had those kinds of clients before where it's not common sense to them. So when you're going through making this communication template on your own, ask yourself, how can I show the client that I am giving them way more value than I'm actually quoting them for? And how can I show the client that I care about their end satisfaction, that I want them to be happy at the end of the day? If you create this template with those 2 things in mind, you're going to really see a difference in the way that your clients respond to you. So after you've listed all of these things that your price includes, put this sentence at the end. Say, please let me know how you'd like to proceed. I can send over the custom offer, or you could say I can send over the invoice or whatever it is, whatever platform you're working on, and I can get started on this right away for you. So let them know that you're motivated, you're ready to get started, and you can have it done within X number of days for this price. This is everything that's included. It's giving them a clear picture of what it means to work with you. And of course, it goes without saying that whatever you're putting in here, make sure you're delivering upon it. You're getting it done within the turnaround time. You're including all of these things for them within the project so that they'll come back to you as a repeat customer. So guys, feel free to model after the template that I have here and make it your own depending on what kind of freelance work you do. But I at least hope I've made it clear in terms of what matters the most when you are communicating with your prospective clients. This is what's going to sell them on you. So you have to keep in mind, you have to remember that they're comparing you and your work and the way that you speak against other options, against other freelancers, other subcontractors. So give them what they want to know: price, turnaround time, specifics of exactly what it includes. Let them know that their satisfaction matters to you, and let them know what your competitive edge is, what makes you stand out. All of those things in one simple email communication or message is going to go a long way. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys. Let me know if it has by giving this video a thumbs up and leaving me a comment down below. That would be very much appreciated. And make sure you subscribe to the channel too for more videos like this, more tutorials. If there's something that you want to see on this channel, please let me know again in the comments. And if I know how to do it, if I can help you with it, I'd be happy to create a video on it for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.